Okay, good afternoon guys, and welcome back to another video. On today's video I'm going to show you the potting table that I've made with the help of the wife. That's in my greenhouse at home, and also the little wooden compartment that I'm going to use to put the compost in, so that when I'm sowing seeds, compost will be in this compartment and I'll be able to catch any compost that falls out. Also give you an update on the seedlings that are coming along really well, and a few other bits and pieces. So without any further ado guys, we'll get cracking on and I'll come back to you in a minute. Right guys, as you can see, I'm in the shed and this is the potting table that I've made. So I used a piece of wooden board that I got from a place outside where I work. There's another company next to us. They use a lot of pallets and boards, and they are now offering them free to anyone who wants to help themselves. Can make use of them as long as you leave the area tidy once you've taken what you needed. So I took one of these big boards. As you can see, it's a ply sort of board, and I've cut it in half, and then using screws and some wood glue, I've joined it together with these legs that I've brought. And then what I've done also is I've gone basically long all the way along to give it some sturdiness. Two of the pieces of wood I bought, and then also two on the side to give it the sturdiness. And then what I've also done is, as you can see under here, I've slotted one of my small garden racking shelves underneath. That's where I'm going to be storing loads and loads of bits and pieces. I got the idea from watching a few YouTube videos. So Hugh Richards had one in his polytunnel, and that kind of gave me the idea. And also really mainly Charles Dowding has got one in his greenhouse made out of wooden pallets, and I thought, well, why don't I give that a go and make one myself? So yeah, I've made one myself. Alongside, I've got using what used to be a bin for biscuits, for our cat biscuits, but I completely cleaned it out and I'm now using it for compost. And then on the top I've built a wooden compartment to take the compost. So I've laid black sheeting down because I've got a load of black sheeting in my shed, and I've placed that on top, and then put this wooden side that I've made up, put the compost in there, and then I can put trays just on the side there, and then when I've completely finished, trays can go on my racking. I've got loads of racking here, and I'm just having to sort out, but I've got some seedlings that are ready to pot on, and some of them are ready to go out. They'll go out in one of the seedlings is the radishes that I said I was growing. They're ready to be grown on. I'm not going to pot them on. I'm going to literally get them planted out, and they're going to go into my herb planter, which I will show you. But I've got some other seedlings that are ready to be potted on, so I will try and get them potted on as well today. And then also, if there's enough time, I want to do a bit of digging in my raised beds, get the weeds up and get them ready for ready for the new season and whatever we decide we're going to put in there. I've also got broad beans as well to put on as well. They've come up really well, but I will show you them in this video. So I better cracking on, guys, and I will come back to you in a little while. Okay, guys, as you can see, my radishes are ready to be potted on or planted out. What I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to plant them out into my herb planter that I've got on my patio. Also, as you can see, the melons, Avria F1, they're also starting to come up. None of my chilies or my peppers are coming up yet, but everything else that I put in my new grow light propagator has come up. So I'm going to take these out and get them kind of planted into my herb bed. I'll show you where that is, and I'll also show you what I've got in that. So I'll take these up. Once I've taken them up, then I'll put the rest, I'll give the rest of water and put them back under the grow lights, and then eventually I will get the melons potted on, and hopefully they will then be ready at some point to be, obviously once they've grown more, put them into nice pots, and hopefully we'll get some melons. So yeah, I'll get cracking on, guys. Right, guys, as you can see, this is my herb planter. It's up here on my patio that we're almost finished off completing. And as you can see, in my herb and salad planter, I've got some lovely herbs growing at the moment. So I've got some rosemary, I've got some lovely thyme, as you can see, real bushy. I've got two different types of rosemary. I've got a normal rosemary, and then I've got a rosemary called Mrs. Jessop's Upright, and then obviously also some wonderful sage. And then I've got some lovely lettuce here called lettuce butterhead, and also some lovely red lettuce here as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant my radishes just in this little section here. It's all cleared, ready to go, and then hopefully within the next 6 to 8 weeks we should have some wonderful radishes. So I'm gonna crack on, guys, and I'll come back to you when I've got them in. Okay, guys, there we have it. I've planted my ickle white radishes out next to my salads that I'm picking and my wonderful herbs. But yeah, they're all planted out now. Hopefully they should be fine, and within the next 6 to 8 weeks I should see some fabulous radishes. I've also got these few bits here to pot on these melons, and then hopefully see if any of my chilies or my peppers will come up. Right, guys, as you can see, I've got my melon Avria F1. I've just taken them out of the grow propagator that I had them in, and I'm now going to pop them on into these small little cardboard round fibre pots. I've got 60 of them, so basically get them in, and then using my spray bottle here to give that a good spray. That'll penetrate the soil. And then with my little dobber, just going to make a little hole, and I'm going to plant, or I'm going to be sowing on these melons, and hopefully they'll get bigger, healthier, stronger, and hopefully eventually at some point I will get some melons. So that's the first one done. I'll just do one more for you guys, and then I will carry on with the rest of them and then show you what the finished article kind of looks like. So as I said, I'm using a compost here that is, it's a fine peat-free compost, and it's got a bit of sand mixed into it. It's really smooth, it's really good, it works perfectly for me. And then again, I give a good spray. Don't want to spray it too much, so I kind of drown the seedlings that have come up, but get them potted on, and then hopefully keep them back in the warmth inside my study where I've been putting stuff. So there's two there, guys. Hopefully I'll get the rest potted on, put them in the warm, keep them in the warm, and then hopefully they'll grow on bigger than what they are now, and I'll get some melons. But I'll finish off what I'm doing, guys, and then I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, so there we go, guys. That's my melon Avery F1 potted on. They're going to go into a tray, and they're going to go inside and stay in the warm because it's still not enough to leave them out here for now. Okay, guys, I've now potted on my patty pans. I only sowed 5 of them to start off with, just to see how the germination will go, but it's gone really well. So I've potted them on now into these round fibre pots. They're about 8 centimetres, which is about 3.5 inches, and they're going to go also inside my study until they're grown a little bit more, because I don't want to leave them in the greenhouse at the moment because I haven't got the white cloche over one of my cages yet, and the white cloche is going to help the to keep warm. But yeah, so that's the patty pans potted on. There's 5 of them at the moment, and I've just got to do the other few bits and pieces. Okay, these are the Evesham Brussels sprouts. I've taken out all the good seedlings, potted them on. The ones that didn't look too good, I'm just not going to sow them. These look the better seedlings, and hopefully I'll get some good germination when they grow on. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I put 5 in each pot, so hopefully when they get bigger, they'll be obviously big enough to put out into the ground. But yeah, so that's the Evesham Brussels sprouts. These have been potted on, and as I've said, eventually when they get bigger, hopefully they'll be big enough to put up the allotment and into one of my raised beds. Okay, guys, so I've just potted on the final ones for today. These are the giant broadbean exhibition. As you can see, there's 9 of them there. They're all potted on. They will be all right out here tonight. For a few days they should be fine. And then the other ones that I've got to pot on, and I'll do that tomorrow, are the Sutton, because obviously running out of time, it's getting dark, and I've got a few things to do in the house. But yeah, there you go guys. So I've done lots of potting on today, and I've done some reorganization of the greenhouse. But I'm going to go now guys and get ready to upload this video, and I'll see you for another episode of Nick's Veggie Patch.